everybody! I hope everyone's doing well and staying positive. So on my data collection survey, I asked you guys how many windows are in your house. And on my window here, you guys recorded back to me 28 responses. The lowest number was 1, and my highest number value was 38. I then took these responses and made a dot plot. I like to start with a dot plot because I think it's an easy way to organize your data, and it's also a great way to find your mode. I then made a stem and leaf plot. On my stem and leaf plot, you can see that a lot of my number values are in the teens. I then made a frequency table. This little cloud shows how I found my class limits. To go along with my frequency table, I made a histogram. I chose to do a histogram because my data is discrete, meaning that it has an end. To go along with my histogram in my stem and leaf plot, you can see that the responses correlate. Again, looking at the teens, that's where I had the most number values. I then did the mean, median, and mode. My mean was 14.46, my median was 13, and my mode was 13. That's one of the cool observations that I saw, that my median was 13 and my mode was 13. I didn't expect them to be the same data because I have such a large range up here. The second observation that I saw was that I would use median to find the most reliable measure. The median is resistant to atypical data values. I then found the IQR in the range. That's another number that surprised me. I didn't think my range would be that large. My range was 37 and my IQR was 8.5. I then took these numbers to check for outliers. I did have outliers. My outliers were whoever has 35 and 38 windows in your house. That's a lot of windows. That took me by surprise because I thought that the person with one window in their house would be the outlier, but you proved me wrong. I then looked at my 5-number summary down here on my caterpillar. My 5-number summary is 1, 9, 13, 17.5, and 38. I then took these numbers and made a box and whisker plot. You can see that my largest space is in the 4th quartile. That again correlates to our previous graphs, which show that large number range in the teens. I then found my standard deviation. My standard deviation told me that the number of windows ranged from the mean by about 8.38 standard deviations. For the percentage of data that falls within 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations from the mean, I found that 1 standard deviation away is 71%, 2 standard deviations away is 93%, and 3 standard deviations away is 100%. For my shape of distribution, I said that it would be slightly skewed right. This took me by surprise as well, because again, I assumed that the number of windows in everybody's house would be close in range. So I thought that this would be a normal distribution, but again, you guys proved me wrong. I said that this would be slightly skewed right because my number percentages here are only 3% away from a normal distribution curve. But again, it correlates back to the previous graphs I showed you guys, looking at that 4th quartile, that a lot of my numbers range towards the left in the teens. I miss you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed.